So we're going to replace the airbox assembly with a junkyard part, and there's 2 bolts to remove it. One is all the way down there, and the other bolt is right back in here underneath this wire harness right there. Hard to see. It's down there though. And here is our junkyard replacement. These are 10mm bolts down there. Very long extension. It's kind of rusty, but it's alright, I guess. It's reusable. Go past it already. Jeez. Thank you. Okay. Right. There's the one mount that was stuck on. It was stuck on mostly this guy, but also this. Here's the airbox, the screw that got stuck in there, and this one that also got stuck in there. It's stripped. So yeah. Now just gotta put the new one in. So I got these painted bolts in. And this bottom piece down, but you know what I noticed when I tore this apart and broke it? He said the air filter was replaced, but it clearly is disgusting. And I think because it looked like this when you open it up, he thought it was clean. I think he had someone else do the work, because the person I bought it from had the air compressor replaced. I checked that out, and that's true. And I didn't check the air box. I couldn't get it off. And I think the person he had to do the work ripped him off and actually didn't replace the air filter and just left it like that. He thought it was clean. So that's pretty. I'm gonna go buy an air filter now, and then I'll come back and screw these bolts back on in the top cover and the thread locker. All right, back for round 2. Picked up a air filter at AutoZone, an SA9361. So I got this bolt painted and have some thread locker on it, and that's in there. And the other one is down there. It's also painted, thread locker down there. And now we're gonna install the air filter. Nice and clean. The only thing I have is medium strength thread locker, and that's to make it easier to take the bolts out in the future and to keep water from getting in the threads and letting it rust. These smaller bolts take an 8mm socket, and as you can see, I've cleaned the threads and cleaned off most of the rust and painted them a little bit so they don't rust as easily in the future. So normally these little holes here have little metal sheaths in them that make it so the bolts are captive, meaning when you unscrew them they don't actually come out like this. But in order to get those 2 out, I had to break them out. So it's fine. We don't need the captive thing anyways. It just creates more rust and makes it harder to take out. So now we're just going to thread locker these bolts, put these in, and then we're good to go. We have everything reassembled in a fresh air box. Kind of goopy. It's fine. That'll work. There we go. So that is a job well done. Airbox replaced, air filter replaced, and next we'll do the cabin filter. Okay. So next is the cabin filter, which is located behind the glove box. I happen to have purchased a 2006 Honda Pilot service manual, just to help give me a little bit of heads up on what I'm going to have to do to change it out. Some cars see sometimes there's a few extra steps, and here we have the heating air conditioning, that's page 2152, and we have the dust and pollen filter replacement, which is what we're replacing. And it says cut the plastic brace in the glove box opening with diagonal cutters in the area shown and discard it. So there's diagrams here showing that there's these little plastic clips holding on this little plastic bar, and if it's already been removed it won't be there, but if it is there you'll just cut it and remove it. And then there's remove the bolts and screws in the glove box frame, which are located here. There's a frame, and then there's just a cap on the filter, and you'll remove that to replace the filter and then reinstall everything in reverse. And so we'll go step by step on how to replace that in here. So the replacement filter is a STP CAF 1770 air filter. If I can find some more of these online that are maybe better quality, I'll pick one up. But for now, STP will do for 6 months or whatever until I replace it again. Alright, so it looks like we pull this down first, and there's some stuff in here. I'll just remove all that stuff. There we go. And then there's these little clips on the side here, you can see, that have little ends that you pinch in. And so I'll have to get some pliers in there and pinch it out. Now mine only has one because the other one's missing. But at the junkyard I went and picked them up. They're free, just these little clip things here. So open my door a little bit. There we go. Got it. Push up on this a little bit, pull this up. There we go. Oh, look it, my cross member's still there. This dude said that the cabin filter was replaced. Well, that's a lie, because if it was, then this would be clipped, and it's not. You can see there's these little spots down here where you're supposed to clip it. So it looks like I'm gonna have to remove that. Alright, well this is really hard to do and record at the same time, but basically I'm just taking a razor blade and I'm just cutting these little slit marks on this plastic trim until I get it free. Just kind of working the razor blade back and forth. That's all I really have that works really well, and the razor blades are sharp, so. Almost there. Hey! Oh, what do you know? Alright, so I got one side free. Looks like I might be able to just kind of bend this out. Oh, well, I started breaking it a little bit too. Alright, I guess I'll cut the other side too. Come on. There we go. Alright. Well, that is this plastic bar removed in these two sections, according to the service manual. So, looks like if we just remove the Phillips and this, whatever this yellow one is up here, we should be able to remove this little bar here. Alright. Little 8mm with our two Phillips in there. Okay, finally got it out. These are also 8mm, but they're a pain because they're upside down and they're underneath and crap, and yeah, it's just a nuisance. Okay, so you know what? Getting this thing out is a pain in the ass, and I'm not going to bother removing it all the way, and I don't have to. This bolt is behind this piece of plastic here connected to this part of the glove box. But there's a wire harness and there's a fuse box in the way, and I'll just screw it. You can just pull this down enough, carefully, so don't break anything. You can still access this top part of the cover here for the cabin filter. And if I can pop it up, I can do from the bottom. Okay, yeah, the trick is to open the door let this fall down a little bit here, and then you can reach under and grab this plastic panel, which is disgusting. That's never been cleaned. There's hair, there's leaves and cobwebs and plant matter and stuff in this thing. Oh, look at this. Look at this. What do we have here? Oh, goody. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's gross. Oh. Oh, there's stuff in there. This thing is black. Oh, yeah. Oh dear. There's dirt in here. There's gunk in here. Alright, well, let's take a look at this old one. Well, it's definitely gross. There's all sorts of fun stuff on there. Ew, that's gross, man. That's like how many years of not being replaced. Oh, and it's all caked in there. Okay, yeah, I've seen enough. And here is the new one. That's what it's supposed to look like. So, just for reference, good, bad, good, bad, clean, not clean. It comes with a little manual thing, so you don't put it in the wrong way. It even tells you how to take it apart. And the tab is supposed to be on this right side, on the lowest part. And that way you don't put it in reverse. And you can put it in the wrong way, so now we're good. Now we just put it all back together. Hooray. This is a thick part and a thin part. Thick part on the bottom. Push that back up in there. Okay, it's not as bad as it could be, because being able to just remove that one side makes a lot more sense. That means you don't have to remove the 2 bolts on the right hand side, you just have to remove the 2 on this side. I'm pretty sure the instructions tell you to do both, which is not fun. I'm gonna put this back into this. I can't do this with the camera though, so. Okay, I got that bolt down in there, back in place. I just gotta do the other 2. And then the clips back in, and we're good to go. I think whoever he had to do the work ripped him off. Probably charged him more for work he didn't do. Alright. Now grab my Phillips. Remember, these are the 2 bolts we're taking out. This one and this one. And the one right here as well. These 3. You only need to take out these 3 on the left side. You can drop the left side down, and then you can pull out this cover for the filter and replace it. And then we just gotta put the rubber grommets back in, which I have a spare now. So these little guys. Now it's dark, hard to see, but this one should be easier to see. You can see we want to get it in there so it's that little rubber piece is past the metal, and then just push it in place. And then push it up, and there we go. Done. That's it.